Big Mike here with
Hayes Entertainment.
today's episode. We've got a UFC fighter. We got Kyler Matrix Phillips with an 8-1 record fighting in the bantamweight division.
If you like what we're doing, you put your dukes up and hit the subscribe button. Shouts out to the sponsors, Deluxe Seafood.
Get your fresh and frozen seafood.
They got prawn.
They got scallops.
They got salmon.
They got cod, halibut, and tuna. Call 604-318-1955.
Tell them Big Mike and Hayes sent you. If you're looking for a mug, perhaps a hoodie, head on over to IOnlyTouchGreatness.com.
My name is Kyler Phillips, MMA champion, 8-1. I only touch greatness.
This is the hottest place. The big name interviews in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Kyler, how's it going?
Yo. Can you see me?
How's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Big Mike here, and that's Ryan Hayes.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, what up, guys?
Thank you very much for taking the time today for us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So,
You out
what have
there?
you guys been up to? Had a good Thanksgiving or what?
Yeah, absolutely. We're from Canada, but we obviously still celebrate. We're big football fans, so we definitely still celebrate.
Yeah. What team are you guys with?
I'm a Bengals fan, huge Bengals fan.
Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why he's a Bengals fan, but I'm a Seahawks fan. So
Seahawks, nice, dude. Yeah.
what about
Who's
you?
your team?
They don't even have a team, man. I live in Arizona, so I guess the Cardinals, but they're not I'm not a huge football fan, but I'm trying to get better at it. I need to pick a team.
Okay.
Yeah. Is Arizona where you grew up?
I grew up in California, and I moved to Arizona about maybe when I was 18 years old.
Okay. Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, a bunch. I wrestled. I did a little water polo, diving, swimming. Did a lot of stuff. Gymnastics. That's where I got the flips and stuff from. Some parkour as well.
Okay. We'll just go back to that question. Where did you get the nickname Matrix from?
I got it from my dad when I was 12 years old. It was just from jiu-jitsu and stuff, just the way I move and stuff. There's a lot of dimensions, and I kind of play chess, and I'm a couple of steps ahead. So he kind of saw that I was I didn't use a lot of strength because I'm not the biggest dude. So using a lot of technique and finding different traps and placing different things. Just being a step ahead and kind of being in like a fourth dimension or a 5D instead of like a 3D. So I kind of got it from that. But now like I'm starting to see through the movie and stuff. Like I'm watching different movies. There's a lot of cool stuff about it. and I relate a lot of it to my life as well. So it's sticking for sure.
I love it.
How did you get into fighting in the first place, and when did you start?
You know, I've always been a fighter, just like you guys. We're all fighters. We fight every day. But when I was a little kid, about like my dad put me in jiu-jitsu when I was 3 years old, and at the Gracie Academy. I just got my black belt last week from Tonquinho Mendes. He's a 5-time black belt world champion. He just won Abu Dhabi as well last year or this year, and yeah, man.
Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm also black belt in the Keto Kai, multiple
Nice.
martial arts. So like, yeah, it's always been with me, the whole martial art thing, and it's just been fun. It keeps it new, you know. I feel like the term fighter, I love fighting, you know, and it's a thing where you got to fight for your life for sure, and you got to be willing to set aside yourself and the things that you want, and be willing to just pretty much like die daily if you really want to be a fighter, you know. But the cool, beautiful aspect of it is in the martial arts. It just seems like everything's new, you know, and it's more of a game. There's a lot of different drills you could do as well. I just see when you think of it in terms of martial arts, it's like it's more of like a new growing aspect of creating, instead of like just fighting. It's like destruction, death, kill. And I like both of those attitudes. You need them both for MMA, especially at the highest level.
A little bit of both, of course.
Yeah, having that balance. But back to fighting and stuff, like when I was a little kid, my dad, he always made sure I was like challenging in different ways, whether he'd take me to the park and go against, you know, kids, whether it was like boxing, you know, throw boxing gloves on, or wrestle some dude who always had me wrestle somebody at a party, or, you know, use my jiu-jitsu against bigger kids or football players or wrestlers or whatever. And then my dad was always teaching jiu-jitsu in the garage at our house. So we got mats and stuff. So all like the bad kids of the neighborhood, they'd always come over after school and stuff. And we just like, throwing gloves and train and do jiu-jitsu. And I would always be challenged. Like, I don't know how many times a week. And it wasn't just jiu-jitsu, wasn't just boxing. It was always, you know, I was being challenged in different areas in Temecula, California. So yeah, man, it was, it's been a long journey. And then wrestling and all that stuff, judo, a lot of jiu-jitsu competition growing up. And I just stuck with it, you know what I mean? And
well, you definitely made the right choice.
Yeah, for sure. And now I'm 25 years old, and it's like new to me, you know. I just got my black belt in jiu-jitsu, got my black belt in the Keto Kai. So I got 2 black belts. I'm gonna go chase after that, go get another belt. It's gonna be a gold belt. So I have 3 belts. And it just feels like the beginning. I feel like a white belt again, you know, and I just can't wait to go just use all the abilities I have in this life and just see where it takes me, you know.
Who's the biggest influences in your career?
Definitely my father first, and John Crouch, Hanchi Nico Fernandez.
Okay.
So like those guys, yeah, man, they huge influence on my life. Super
Who did you
huge.
look up to fighting wise? Like, was there any fighters you looked up to growing up?
Yeah, I've always looked up to a lot of different fighters, but being able to train with so many different people, like I would never put somebody on a pedestal, but I'll always look up to guys like that for sure. And you know, you start like getting to that area where you're gonna start competing against people that you looked up to and stuff. So it's cool to like be a part of that, you know.
You were in the Contender Series as well. How was that?
Yeah, it was sick, man. I was 22 years old. I got a first round knockout, 42 seconds, and I didn't get a contract, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me, you know. And then I won the Ultimate Fighter, took my first loss, and best thing that ever happened to me. I learned a lot, and you know, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Okay.
What's your favorite strike and submission?
It's hard to say, man. Pretty high level, I'd say. Like I love head kicks. Like, I really like knocking people out with head kicks.
Yeah.
I like elbows a lot. You guys see me throwing a lot of elbows and knees.
Fuck, your elbows last fight was unreal.
Yeah, I like spinning attacks. I like Darce chokes. I try to go for a twister, man. Like I almost got that twister, and like it was
It's coming. I want to see you get that done.
I know I get a lot of them a lot. I was going for it, but I still got the bonus, so that's why I was like, oh, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And that guy, he hits hard, so like I wasn't taking him lightly, you know.
No,
But,
those were some vicious elbows to the back too. Those are good ones.
yeah, mounted triangles is another thing I love. I love mounted triangles because then you can just rain down those bows, you know.
Yeah,
And yeah, I like uppercuts right now. I'm really liking uppercuts. So yeah, man.
Who would you say your
depends on
toughest
what-
opponent thus far in your career is?
I'd say definitely Gabriel Silva, man. That guy, he's just I don't know how many times I cracked that dude and I could like hear it, you know, and I could feel it. And it was like, oh man, like, and I felt like for sure. I think yeah, that guy's super tough on the floor, standing. He could just take a punch, he could take a grind wrestling, you know, and it's just hard to break those guys. And it kind of pisses you off when you just can't break somebody, you know. And he was like, I started breaking him, but like he's got that warrior spirit inside. He wouldn't quit no matter what. He would die before he quits. And that's what's so cool about fighting guys like that. It's like, you know, sometimes it's like just like a knockout or a quick finish, but when you fight 3 rounds and like you can see that in somebody, it's there's an
No
honor
quit
to it. Yeah.
What's your ring entrance music?
I walked out to Wab Files. It's by Lupe Fiasco. I walked out to it, my last one. It's a pretty cool song because it's pretty chill, but it's also gives you that upbeat, a lot of bass, and yeah, it's a good song for me for sure.
Perfect.
Do you have any pre-fight meals or rituals?
I've been just eating. I'm not really like a ritual type of guy. Like maybe a little bit. Not into like the superstition type of stuff or like everything has to be perfect. I'm more into like whatever happens, I'm still gonna make it work. I like that mentality of like starting down and then having to come up like, oh, no matter what, like if it doesn't work out, like I'm still gonna find a way. And having that attitude, I think, is the attitude you need to be not just a champion, but to win. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like a lot of competitors, not just in fighting, but all types of sports, kind of psych themselves out. They have to have this certain amount of food here. They got to have this sip of this, or they got to taste this, or they got to like tie their shoe this way, or like they need to look this way, or they need to have this amount of sleep. Like, I think if you start with that attitude and it doesn't happen and you don't have it, now you're counting yourself out in your head, you know? And like, I just don't think that way. I think no matter what happens, you're still gonna still as long as you're still alive, as long as you still have a breath, you're gonna find a way to make it work.
I agree.
Mike, you shooting?
Yep. If you have a dream fight with anyone, who would it be?
Man, one of my dream fights would probably be Zabit, just because he's so good. Like he's got that new like hybrid style. Like he's got such a good wrestling. And he's a 45er as well. He's up at 45, but like he's he's just such a high level that like I would want to just get that type of fight, and because I just like watching him fight. He's probably my favorite fighter.
Okay.
If you could fight anywhere in the world in any venue, what would you choose?
I don't know. Like I've fought in US already. I fought in Dubai last time. That was really fun. Depends on if there's a crowd or not. You know, I think with COVID happening and stuff, I would probably wherever I could fight. Probably Dubai again because that was such a great experience. I want to fight in Vegas. I think I'm going to fight in Vegas pretty soon. But I'd say if there's like a big crowd, probably like somewhere else, maybe like Japan or like some other place in the world.
Okay.
But I'm not too picky. Just as long as I get to travel the world, that's kind of what drives me too. I like the whole traveling aspect.
Yeah, that's awesome for your job. Obviously, that they're always in different cities and different countries, so you got that. You got that going for you.
Yeah.
If you weren't fighting, what would your full-time job be?
I don't know, man. I don't think it would be anything else. I feel like it's my calling, and also like, yeah, I would figure something out. I'll probably find something, but it would be with the same enthusiasm, be with the same attitude and style that I have towards my fighting. And I think that's what's important, is like not what you do, and not what you do, but like why you do it, like and what inside, like what drives you. And I think whatever, that whatever you get, people have a lot of gifts. There's a lot of people that have gifts, but if you can find something you love and it's your job, like that's what I've found in this life. And there's nothing else I'd rather be doing, for sure.
How do you celebrate after a win?
Last one, shoot.
Drinks?
Yeah, last one we went to Dubai, like we went straight to the airport because we went to the airport maybe 4 hours after I fought. So I wasn't used to it. We had to change the time zone, so I had to fight at like 7 a.m. And then after that, we just went straight to the pool and straight to the bar. I had a couple beers with my opponent. I bought him a beer. And then me, Casey, a bunch of the other guys, we were just drinking. We went to the airport, and then we had some drinks there as well. And then we just passed out in the plane.
Yeah.
Do you use CBD, and how do you feel it helps with your after fight recovery?
Yeah, so I use I'm sponsored with Serenity Medical CBD, and I take the capsules and then also the droppers, and I really like it, man. It helps me a lot. I think one for me, like I train, I like train, and a lot of fighters are like train to like just keep going, and block the pain. And that's also kind of, it can be good, but it can also be harmful if you're not recovering right. And I feel like if you're training your butt off, you need some CBD. It's going to help a lot, and especially I take it at night, and helps me sleep really well.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen tonight on the Tyson-Roy Jones fight?
I don't know, man. Actually, no. Tyson, yeah, I got Tyson for sure. That guy, I don't know. I just think Jones looks good though, man. He's been doing a lot of like I don't know. He looks fast. He looks fast in those paddles, but I don't know. You can't. It's bare knuckles, right?
I don't know.
No, it's with gloves.
It's with gloves, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was gonna be bare knuckles, but I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try to find it.
Yeah.
There's also UFC fights tonight.
There is. Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
had a guy on last night. We had Nate Mayhem Manus on last night, who's fighting tonight.
Yeah, he's fighting my buddy Luke Sanders.
Yeah.
So that's my weight class right there. So
Okay.
yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, we had to chirp Luke Sanders a bit yesterday on the podcast because who lets go of Becky White?
Becky Lynch.
Oh, Becky Lynch. Sorry,
yeah.
Becky Lynch. My bad.
Yeah. I got to meet her because I was hanging out with him and in Vegas and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what happened there, but that was that was a power couple for sure. But he just had a baby as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with his new girl or fiance, or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got a thing for redheads, so I always like Becky Lynch.
Yeah, who doesn't, man?
Three of my favorite fighters of all
like
time.
I just dyed my hair red.
Yeah. Three of my favorite fighters of all time: GSP, John Bones Jones, and BJ Penn. Have you ever met any of them or worked with any of them?
BJ actually was he was in the back of it was my third pro fight. He was in the back, and like I said, what's up to him. But he's also like, everybody knows everybody in the fight game, kind of like. I've never met John Jones, but like who's the other guy you said?
GSP, George St. Pierre.
Oh, I've never met GSP either. So I don't know. Those are very, very high level fighters for sure. I'd say GSP is one of my favorite fighters just because he has fun and stuff, but he keeps that like honor and respect in the code, and he did it. You know what I mean? And he's been able to adapt, and that type of fighter you just can't not admire. You know?
Exactly.
Good Canadian kid.
Yeah, and Canadian for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Any planned fights coming up?
No, I was supposed to fight Eddie. I was trying to fight Eddie Wineland. I was trying to fight him on December 5th, but I don't know what happened. We were supposed to fight him, but something happened, and so I guess maybe he got injured or something.
Okay.
So hopefully I can fight him. If not, I'll fight whoever in probably January, maybe February.
Okay. What's your favorite piece of memorabilia you have so far in your career?
Of what?
Memorabilia.
That's a colorful word, bro. Memorabilia?
Yeah, like your gloves from your first UFC win, or I don't know.
Maybe an autograph you collected, or
I would definitely say that my first walkout, I would say at UFC Virginia, when I first walked out, and there was still a crowd. There was I don't know, so many people, and I wasn't on. I was the last fight on the prelims, but it was like the main event or main card basically. And my last one was the main card, but it wasn't people, But just walking out, like I just pictured like a lion, and I never like roared before like that, and I just like yelled out, and then I walked out, started dancing. It just felt good. I just felt right. Felt like I meant to be there,
I love your vibe when you come out always.
Yeah, it's badass because I love it, man. It's like I love what I do. Why not? So I feel like sometimes people get that iffy type of attitude, like maybe if I'm like, screw it, let's go all the way, like let's just screw with it, let's do it, and yeah, it's pretty sick.
Hey, Kyler, I can't thank you enough for taking the time for us and coming on and chatting with us. We're big fans of yours, and we can't wait to see you knock some more people out.
Yeah, I can't about